What if I told you Bitcoin is about to do something explosive? To engage the explosiveness Bitcoin is bringing to us, we'd best advise you to sign up to our exchange using the link and get access to over $1,000 in trading bonus. Sign up with the link in the description. Let's head to the video. Alright folks, welcome back to our monthly market commentary on the crypto markets, and yeah, it's actually brilliant having you guys on the chat this time around. And you might be wondering, why is there like a delay in the delivery of the commentary? We're very sorry, we had a bit of technical issues actually getting the video up and all, but yeah, we've decided to just make a new recording because there was an old one, but it's a bit outdated, like played out already. So this commentary will just be based on what the market is doing. So if you could recall properly, we said in the last commentary, we said we're looking at Bitcoin going lower, like 14k 13k. But after I did that commentary on the unknown Satoshi's website, the blog page, there was a breakdown on Bitcoin which I did, and it just showed why I will be looking at Bitcoin not going lower anymore but going higher this time around. Alright, so let's quickly get down into that. I want to make this video as short as possible so we can learn from it. Alright, so if we're looking at Bitcoin from the daily time frame, we'll not be going deep down into the weekly and the monthly. Bitcoin on the daily time frame actually has or gives us this idea that price could actually trade higher, because we actually broke this resistance here. Alright, we broke this resistance right here, this support, which is now broken, and we expect it to turn to resistance. So we expect price to actually go into this level before we could see lower prices. And also Bitcoin is giving us some sort of bullish tendencies. Right now, giving us some sort of bullish tendencies in the sense that let me quickly zoom this in. All right, giving us sort of bullish tendencies with the sense that we could see right here we had like structure in price. Right, okay, we had this low. All right, we had this low and we had this high. Okay, we had this low and we had this high right here, and price was basically in a range for a long period of time, which we then broke out. So we had this low defended and this high was taken out. So basically we've been engaging Bitcoin actually in the unknown Satoshi private community since we saw this high being taken out, this minor high right here. Since we saw it being taken out, we've actually been engaging longs on BTC right here. Okay, we've been engaging longs in unknown Satoshi's private community right here. We've been engaging longs right from that level there. Okay, great. So engaging longs, and we had entries on this long. Well, we essentially had entries on this sell, we had entries on this long, then we had entry on this long right here. You could find all of that on unknown Satoshi's blog post. We had this results posted there, right? So now the fact or the question is, where is Bitcoin heading to next? All right, where is Bitcoin heading to next? Which is very simple. We've traded off this region, traded higher off this region, and we can see we had price go higher, took out this high. Right, price took out this high, and we could still see price still expand higher. Okay, we could see price expand higher into this region, likely into this gray area right here. So if we're looking at Bitcoin from like a premium and discount perspective, we are yet to go into equilibrium, right? And we expect Bitcoin to go a bit premium, that's higher in price, before we could actually expect lower prices, right? So what I believe, or what we believe at unknown Satoshi, is that we'll be looking at lower prices on Bitcoin if Bitcoin gets into this region. All right, so I'll just do this. If Bitcoin comes into this region, we'll be looking at lower prices on Bitcoin. Okay, if it gets into that red box right there, we'll be looking at lower prices on Bitcoin. But for the time being, we want to look for higher prices, or want to look at higher prices on Bitcoin for the time being. All right, so what we have right here is price did fill up this piece of imbalance in price, just tapped into it a bit and went down a bit. This was NFP yesterday. No, sorry, this was NFP yesterday. All right, so it was NFP yesterday, and we had higher prices on Bitcoin. Then this actually gave us that reaction that we wanted. So basically, this filled the imbalance and we could get higher prices from here. So on the 4-hour time frame, let's quickly go to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, what we have is actually quite simple and interesting. Okay, so the real imbalance would have been here to here, and we did have price fill it eventually. And what we can see right here is we had this piece of liquidity in price, like a region whereby money is at in price. We had it right here. Okay, we had this right here. we had this right here. Great. And we see how price traded through it and went higher. So what we'll be looking at is higher prices, actually higher prices on Bitcoin. So on the daily time, I'll just go to the 1 hour time frame to get the higher prices bias out, because I prefer getting them on the daily time frame. So what we have right here is we already had that liquidity region marked out. So I just want to like pinpoint the stock purge that happened. Like there was a purge in price that happened. I would like to actually note that out. All right. We had stops being purged. We have stops being purged in price, and when we had stops being purged in price, what we could see is that structure actually broke higher. Right? Structure actually broke higher. Yeah. So like the first break in structure we saw. All right. That was the first break in structure we saw. So let's just write BMS, so break in market structure to the top side. Great. Then we had another breaking structure at this high right here, like 2 confirmations. So we would say like the first one is the minor breaking structure, and this one is like the major breaking structure. Now, when we had that breaking structure in price, what we could see is that price had a retracement. Now, price having a retracement just gives me an idea that price could basically be looking to go higher. And what we had was actually similar to that. We had price come back into discount region. Okay, then we're expecting price to actually go higher. Now, if price will be going higher, where would I be looking at price going higher to? I'll just be looking at targets from the daily time frame. Sorry, from the 1 hour time frame. Okay, if price should be going higher, I'll be looking at price going into the 24K level. All right, just above that high. Okay, just right above that high, 24.197 level. All right, just looking at price going above that high, real quick. Okay, great. So what we had right here was an imbalance being filled. We had an imbalance being filled right here, okay, which just gives us the idea that price would actually go higher a bit. Now to the 15 minutes time frame, where we'll be bringing everything to an end. So what I see that we have here, it's something interesting. Okay, on the 15 minutes time frame, what we have is actually something very, very interesting, which is this. We have this break of this trend line right here. We have this break of this trend line, and it has been retested, right? Has been retested, so we could actually see the higher prices that we are anticipating happen like today, right? You see the higher prices like happen into that level. But just to be very, very sure and to be very, very like concise, what we're looking at in the unknown Satoshi community right now would be to go higher on Bitcoin to the 24,197.5 price level. All right, so yes, this brings us to the end of our weekly breakdown. For you to engage this bias, this trade, we'd advise you to use our recommended exchanges to trade the coins to buy Bitcoin, which is Bybit, Binance. All right, Bybit and Binance. We leave the link in the description below. You find it there, and also you could see our old commentaries and also our old blog post about Bitcoin and how to trade the futures market or how to buy spot coins easily. We attach a link to the blog post also in the description. Do subscribe to the channel, like and follow. Cheers.